Beautiful girls all over the world I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby. Nothing on you, baby.
That's the eastern region. This is the Atlantic Ocean, right here. Here, which is the eastern region called Biafra, you have Calabar people, you have people from Ububra, and there's a river here. This river is called Cross River. So the whole of this area today Nigeria, is called Cross River. Okay. Now there's another river here called the Imo River. The people in between here are called the Akwa Ibom people today. On this side, the people here are called the Rivers people today. Somewhere in the south, they call them Bayelsa. So, drawing this line, Marine Commando, where I was the chief of staff, operated in the Calabar area, Akwa Ibom area, Rivers area, right down to Bayelsa. Now, the Igbos are here. Owerri, Aba, Umuahia, Arochukwu, Enugu, Ogu. These are Igbo areas. Now, right. The Igbo people killed people from here. I will tell you why. They alienated people from Calabar. I will tell you why and how it happened. What about the Kwale, Buzo? Oh, that's a different thing. They tell you they are not Igbos, but I will tell you now that they are Igbos. That's my people. Okay? Now, just watch this. Do we understand this so far? Yes. The way it is? Yes. All right. Now, I had the responsibility to advance from Calabar to Porthacout here, 300 miles with 35,000 troops and 5,000 doing administration. That's a total of 40,000 people. And you know why it was successful? First of all, the Igbos here, who were Biafra, the whole of this place is supposed to be Biafra, the whole of this. But they alienated the people here. It started from the time of politics in independence in 1960. How did it start? One man called Eyo Ita. I have his photograph in my second book. I won't tell you to buy my second book now. Eyo Ita was the head of business, was the head of house. He was supposed to be the premier of the eastern region. He was from this area. For one full day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, he was with me during the war talking to me. How the Igbos in the east drove him out. He couldn't be the premier. And Okpara became the premier. Zik came to be the president of Nigeria. So they set themselves up, the Igbo group, and threw away the man from here. They were also killed in the north during the unrest. But they would rather not go with the Igbos because of Eyo Ita. So that was why, you see, in military strategy, with due respect to all of you, there's what we call friction. The result you get from what you had planned may be different from, let's put it this way. I planned to go to Ibadan. There was traffic on the way, and there was rioting somewhere. I decided to take a detour and go through Abeokuta. You didn't have the plan to go to Abeokuta, but it happened. So if they said, were you in Abeokuta yesterday? The answer is yes. But that was not where you planned to go. What happened here? The Igbos did not see tomorrow. I guess they were not Nostradamus. The thing was, what they needed to have done when the war broke out, Ojukwu got there, not because he was voted for. The first man he needed was that man. He would have called that man, if he was a strategist, and said, go start talking to your people. See, we all suffered in the north. Now you go, then you mobilize people from the Kala side, from the other, and that's where the oil is. He has nothing without these people. Then you alienated the people. You've had it. He didn't see that part of it, unfortunately. So when he said that Achebe now, when Achebe said that the federal troops killed people at Uyo, it didn't happen that way. I will read it here. These are Igbo people that wrote their books. I was the strategist. I was the chief of staff of Marine Commando. I was to lead the attack from Calabar to Porthacout. What I did is also in the book. Hey, you buy the book. What I did, this is the Atlantic Ocean. We were coming from Calabar. There's a town here called Jamestown. Opobo is here. One is here. Porthacout is here. I hope you can see the border. Yes. Okay. I moved Isaac Borough. Followed him here. Up to there. The Biafrans were waiting for us at the waterside. A place called Oron. We infiltrated, bypassed them. And the idea was to make them fight before they were ready. If this failed, the Nigerian troops will have failed. But it didn't fail because, here's what happened. Because we infiltrated this way and they were waiting for us here, we told Aziboro to go and attack from there. They were wondering how we got there. So, what did they do? They moved out from there to attack here. Immediately they move out from their well-defended position, I pounced on them with another brigade. Then they realized that we were now attacking them from both sides. They started running. I pounced on them with another brigade. Then the third brigade. I came from here like that and enveloped them. Because I did that, I left a gap for them to escape at a place called Azumini is in my book. Two reasons. If I didn't let them escape, they would have had a hell of casualties.
They would have had what?
A lot of casualties. So I let them escape. The second reason, because they were running, I was also running to Porthacout. I had 30 days to capture these 300 miles from Calabar to Porthacout. On foot, we had no vehicles. During the World War II, there was an American general called George S. Patton. George Patton, attacking Sicily, landed at a place called Scogliti, Gela, and landed in 3 places. All right, I'll remember in a minute. So, he landed in 3 places. And the Italians came on him. Then he went to Point Olive somewhere at the north and dropped his parachutes, the parachutists. We didn't have that. So I infiltrated and came just like he did. Why did I do that? Biafran troops coming from Umuahia there, I trapped them, ambushed them, took their vehicles, because I needed the vehicles, I didn't need dead bodies. So we told the Air Force to just overfly at the time we were at the ambush point, and they did. All of them jump out of the vehicle. We put the ambush on one side, not on both sides, so that they can escape. Like I said, I didn't need the dead bodies, I needed their vehicles. So they escaped, I took the vehicles. The story is in the book. But what happened? Between this place and Oron and Uyo, it's about 50 miles. Then the Biafran troops, the Biafran commander could not believe what happened. That within 1 hour, Nigerian troops had captured 50 miles. It was not possible. And we were on foot. So they thought that we were already there about a night or two before, wearing civilian dress, and in the morning we just woke up and put on our uniform and we started attacking. And so they were running. In fact, in his book, Madiebo's book, I'll get that in a minute. In Madiebo's book, he said that how could people capture 50 miles in 1 hour? They were so disorganized that the war would have ended if we knew what was happening in their area. Ojukwu, everybody just packed up and they left. The troops did not even stop at Umuahia, they went away. So they scattered, but my order was to go to Porthacout. And that was why I went to Porthacout. That was why then the Biafrans, when they got themselves together, they then went to Uyo, pounced on the people, Abak, Etina, Opobo, and they killed the people. Burnt their houses. I have pictures. I took international observers there. The old man that they killed his family, they killed his wife and all his children. I have the pictures. It's in my book. So, when Achebe wrote that Nigerian troops killed their people at Uyo, was not true. Because the Igbo commander wrote in his book what happened at Uyo. That's an Igbo man, the commander of the Biafran army, saying that. So they had alienated the people. They had killed the people. And I cashed on that. In the morning, I got one house called Abubakar to go around, open the churches, open schools for girls, put them in their schools, open the market, and we'll go, we'll identify one who actually we identified many that they had killed their husbands and all that, and we'll take them to the church, we'll take a bag of rice and distribute to them and all that, and we were feeding them. There was no market, there was no farm, there was no school. We opened all this. In Igbo area, they did not open even the schools, they did not open markets. So where were people going to buy food from? There was no starvation on my side. I have pictures in the book. And that was why when Achebe said that that the Nigerians killed people at Uyo, it was the Biafrans that killed their own people at Uyo. That's why I was asking this question. Is Biafra Igbo, or is it Igbo that is Biafra? This point we will need to resolve before we can understand the problem of this war. That's why I asked the question. But the problem of the Biafran troops was because they believed that they were Biafrans and they were Igbos. If otherwise, they would not have alienated these people. The oil is in their area and you are killing them. They were not supporting you. And so I cashed on that. When they supported me, I was happy with that. As a matter of fact, without that support, there was no way I could have moved forward. Because going forward, I would have been looking back. There would be infiltrators and everybody at the back. But they themselves, we organized them into civil defense and vigilantes. They will bring the people and say, this is a Biafran. And when they say this is a Biafran, it means this is an Igbo man. So that was how that point about Achebe was not true. It's written by an Igbo man.
Beautiful girls all over the world I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby.